welcome to another episode in Open Mouths Podcast. Of course, myself, Professor Jazz, and my co-host, Dr. Scorpio. How
Let's
you
go.
doing tonight, Dr. Scorpio?
Man, I can't complain, man. I can't complain. How you doing, babe?
I'm doing all right. I've been trying to survive this heat over here in Vegas.
Yeah, I heard it's been crazy, ain't it?
There was like 2 or 3 days that it was hitting 120 degrees.
Mm.
120 degrees. And I was watching the weather all through the night. It would not go lower than 95.
Mm.
95 degrees. That was hot at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. It will get hot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, y'all have dry heat, man. So it's a different level of heat. Like, everybody don't experience dry heat or, like, that real humid shit. Like, you
The
know,
way it feels here, it feels like you're
mhm,
walking outside and there's a big giant hair dryer.
type shit. And I feel like it's definitely been, like, a surge right now. We in, like, the hottest part of summer almost, you know.
Yeah.
We did have a little bit of, we had that rainy season, like, or that rainy portion of the summer. Like, usually the end of June is like rainy and like,
Right. Monsoon season.
yeah, so, but y'all definitely got that heat, man, because I got some people that way as well. And that's all I hear about is the heat and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it was bad. I mean, it has. I mean, it's always hot here, but it seems like nowadays than a couple years ago, this summer everybody's been feeling the heat all over. It's been getting hot all over,
Yeah, it's definitely been hot.
and so it's like what's going on because for here I can say our summer hit. We were over 100 degrees before even the summer season started.
Makes sense.
It was bad, but anyways, enough about the heat here. Um, we just came
Yeah.
on because we just wanted to go ahead and just talk some shit. What that
I
mouse do?
mean, you talk about you hot and bothered because this heat got you going crazy and shit.
Man, that heat. It's like it don't want you
It
to.
is what it is,
You can't do shit. It don't make you
man.
hungry. Really, it's like you don't want to drink. Like if you drink in this heat, that's the worst shit.
You be sweating and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be sweating because
Sticky.
and you'll be drunk and everything like that, but you're sweaty and it's like,
It's
damn.
no fun. Yeah. I mean, truth be told, man, it's just part of something. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of crazy shit happening too. Like, um, I don't know if you heard about this Alex Baldwin situation. His case just got dismissed. The actor, you know, the
Yeah,
situation with
I
him was crazy.
haven't. No, let me know what's going on because I really haven't heard much. I heard like a little bit, but I haven't heard the
So
whole thing. What's been going on?
his case just got dismissed because it was a okay. So they were filming a movie called Rust. I think the movie's called Rust or something. It's never gonna
Yeah,
come out now. But they were filming this movie called Rust, and in the process, they had these, these shooting scenes and stuff. So they had like this company that provides guns for movies. I guess they load the real guns with blanks. So these guys are professionals. I guess they always work on movie sets, something like that. So apparently, this is common. Like they
what's going on? What happened to you? But yeah, so talk about Alec Baldwin. A lot of people know that, you know, about when they were trying to film this movie and they had a gun or what they thought it was a prop gun and it was loaded and then they thought, okay, this was just a gun. It wasn't supposed to do anything or so they thought. So when he shot it, right,
Uh-huh.
he realized that it was real and it shot.
Literally,
Makeup art? No.
literally. So it's like these companies, they I'm sure they frequently, like work with different, like movie studios. You know what I'm saying? So they hire these companies. They come in with the guns. They supposed to have the procedure prepared. I'm
Yeah.
sure these guns supposed to be unloaded or loaded with blanks or something.
Right.
These niggas had it loaded with like real live rounds, like live rounds, bro. And
And
so this nigga go to shoot, and this nigga shoot the girl.
yeah.
So now the girl, of course, the family is, they want to sue wrongful death and all that, and I'm sure they probably settled on some type of suit with something because it's no way to get out of that, So I'm sure they gonna, the family gonna settle some type of suit. But I feel really bad for Alex Baldwin because it really isn't his fault, bro. You know
It's
what I'm
not
saying?
really
He
his
really
fault.
he didn't know that shit was loaded. You
Right.
know, on the flip side, this is what I will say. Conspiracy theory time.
Okay, let's
You
talk
know what I'm
about
saying? Who is this girl? You get what I'm saying? Like, who is the girl? You feel what I'm saying? Like, why all of us, like, how does this happen? Now, you can say it's happenstance, which obviously this makes perfect sense. Like, on
yeah.
a happens, but it's like, how does that, out of all of the movies that has been created, why has nobody ever heard of some stuff like this happening before? If it's ever happened before. I'm
I
sure people have died in
I
movie
think that
sets,
has
but
happened before, maybe, or there's always accidents that happen at a movie set,
I'm
and
sure, especially with stunt doubles or something. Yeah.
even like for me, like if I will be acting in a movie and someone even had to do a scene with a prop gun, you still
Right.
gonna feel kind of iffy about it, especially if it looks fucking real.
It's just more like, how did you niggas not know the gun was loaded?
Right? Why wouldn't you check it?
And why and niggas are supposed to? It's a whole procedure. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, them niggas getting to settle. They getting the settlement. It's no way around this. I just feel bad for Alex Baldwin because, like I said, I mean, like, it's just more level. Like, who was the girl? Like, what is this? Is there a backstory with the girl? Like, I don't know too much about
Um,
her. I'm gonna have to look more into her story. But it's
yeah, I
more
didn't
like,
care
mm,
much. I mean,
it's like it's real convenient how there's not. We don't know anything truly about her like that. Like that, you got to kind of dig in more about that. All you know is she just got killed. It's like, well, what? It's like, what happened? Like, it's 2024, man. Like, I don't know.
a lot of questions there.
Yeah, it just don't make. It's kind of like weird. It just, I don't know. We aren't professional enough to not have something like this happen in 2023, 2024. Like, I don't know. It just it's how many
Like
movies has been created where
with
niggas
all those
had
people
guns in
working
it.
in the movie set,
I
though,
don't
nobody
know. It's
checked,
weird. Yeah, that just the conspiracy theory side of me is just, it's just kind of like it's,
or
you
or
know.
it could have been where someone did know what was going on and they put real bullets, and maybe it was somebody that didn't like Alex,
Whatever she did,
her
literally,
or him, right? And so they
literally.
decided in a mentally twisted way they were in charge to go ahead and give the prop
Hmm.
to him, and second minutes before that you end up putting real bullets in there.
I
So when they
mean, yeah.
question the person that actually handed him the gun.
I look at it like this, right?
Mm,
That's how I look at it. In the aspect of someone being like a professional and the
yeah,
procedures that take place,
yeah,
it's just no reason something like this should have occurred. It's just no fucking reason
right.
at all. So it's just generally, I can understand the circumstances, but at the same time, it just leaves. It's too much to question here, like how and why.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I do feel bad for Alex Baldwin, though, bro. So
Okay, so you send me a link, and I guess it's showing. I guess that's when they were giving the verdict that the case
mm,
is dismissed. Do you want me to
hmm
share it? Could we share it?
yeah, yeah. I think we could. I don't see why
Let's
not.
go ahead and see, because you know what? It's very interesting to know how they determine that. I mean, yes,
Alec Baldwin
it
has
was
been going on. The judge just dismissed the charges. Our Jonathan Hunt has been following this
Mm.
case. Jonathan, something suddenly happened in the courtroom this afternoon regarding ammunition, and now here we are with the charge dismissed. What transpired?
John, an extraordinary
Crazy,
end
man.
to what has been an
Chris.
extraordinary day. Alec Baldwin arrived here this morning, and we all expected the testimony. His legal team filed a motion to dismiss. They allege that the prosecution had a box of ammunition which was tied to the set of the movie Rust, but they never revealed that evidence to the, and they said that was cause for the case to be dismissed. In the judge sent the jury home, said come back on Monday, and then she listened to testimony without the jury, in which the defense again made that the case should be dismissed entirely. The prosecutor, the lead prosecutor, Carrie Morrissey, then took the stand herself and said that they believed that that box of bullets was not relevant to the case because it was never on the set of the movie Rust. The judge then, just in the last few minutes, said she disagreed entirely with the prosecution. They should have revealed that evidence. So she said the case is dismissed without this because of what is known as a Brady violation. At that point, I can tell you, John, that Alec Baldwin broke down in tears, sobbing as he sat in the courtroom. Hilaria Baldwin, his wife, also began to cry.
But
Expecting to emerge from the courthouse behind me any moment now.
So, just to say, okay, so because the box of bullets were in the set, so that's really saying somebody had to plan it.
Yeah, you know,
That's one of the things they could show.
it's because it's like, okay, you know, in different movies and shit like that, I'm sure they have certain scenes where they shoot live rounds to capture the motion or anything.
Right, the
Maybe that could
motion,
be a
the
thing. I don't know.
sound.
Maybe, but I'm sure. I thought Blanks did the same thing. That's why I'm like, I don't know. That's why I like. I
But
don't have a
why
lot of
wouldn't
like,
that?
you know what I'm
So,
saying?
but
Right.
would
Like
it have to say they only had one bullet?
man, that's what I'm. It's and it,
And why did it go to her? Well, I mean, it was
that's why I'm like, it's tough. It's like this because they were shooting the scene. Apparently, they were running through the scene or shooting the scene, and then that happened. Right. So it's like this, bro. These niggas, you know, obviously should have, you know, took the proper precautions and they didn't. But it's more on a level where it's like the judge decided to say, okay, y'all didn't let niggas know that y'all had live ammunition on set at all. When this
right.
is a movie scene and y'all shouldn't have live ammunition on the set. And
And
they
they
didn't and they were talking about, well, it wasn't really on set, it was offset. It's like it really don't matter because clearly some type of way this gun came out loaded and this girl was dead.
right.
So we're gonna have to dismiss. It's nothing you can do to keep to you know what I'm saying, charge this nigga with murder, bro. Y'all didn't do the right, like clearly the niggas didn't do the right things. You know what I'm saying? And
But
and
it's
and
not
trying to trying to use that as like admissible evidence is crazy because the nigga, you know what I mean? This person's dead. So it's like it's kind of crazy to even think about. That's how people like these corporations and these, you know, like these people, like bro, they will try
somebody has to take
anything
the
to get
fall
out of
for it, you know.
anything to get out. These niggas will try anything to get out of paying people, anything out of doing for to not do the right thing. Niggas like it's ridiculous. Like how can you not even be like, you know what, y'all, we fucked up. Let's pay the people. You know what I'm saying? Just immediately settle, immediately handle the situation. I understand there has to be some type of representation within the legal system, but it's like, why not just handle this accordingly and take complete accountability for it? Why try to act
Exactly.
like, yeah, like, oh, well, that don't matter. We had some live rounds, you know, offset, but on our in our per diem, but that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You know, this person just died in happenstance. Nah, because how did if you got live rounds, you know what I mean? Around, and then they just end up on set. Magically, it's like, but I don't know, man. Like I said, I feel bad for Alex Ball, or I'm happy for Alex Ball, and you know what I'm saying, because he didn't go to jail. But like thoughts and prayers out to him and his family. You feel me? Because this is, the legal system. The legal system is bullshit. Nobody want to deal with that shit. You feel me?
Of course
But
not.
and from the jump, I'm sure for him it was so nerve wracking. But like from the outside looking in,
Oh yeah.
everyone probably knew there wasn't nothing to happen to him. You know what I'm saying? But he
Right.
probably
Well,
was nerve
yeah.
wracked. Yeah, you feel me?
And it was something that he did not know, you know,
You
and
feel me?
shown from the beginning that he did not know. And the way like you say, he was a wreck. He was a
I'm
mess.
sure, and that's why the nigga was talking about he crying and shit. I'm like, yeah, man, because
Yeah.
the
I
niggas
mean,
was probably telling him he was finna do time and this and
I
that and the
imagine
best case scenarios and all that shit.
though, if he had to do time for something he didn't do, then you know justice wasn't served. I mean, the family still, feels like they need to blame someone. They need to
Uh-huh.
blame someone, because it was something
Yeah,
that, again, it wasn't just, yeah, they should go ahead and sue, I guess, the movie company because they should have checked it. Somebody should have checked it, and they didn't. It was neglect, carelessness,
right.
when really situations like that. There's so many movies that have guns in their scenes.
That's why I don't. I'm gonna have to do. It's a lot. I want to you know, kind
But
of like
yeah, we
research
could
about
go
this
ahead
shit. But
and certainly talk about that one time because we really like.
yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, just we'll definitely have to revisit because I mean, because like I said, like or even you said, like people have, definitely people got hurt on sets and stuff. On a stunt double level, I'm all the way in agreement to that. Like I'm sure some stunt doubles get hurt,
Yeah,
some extras and stuff like that that are actually in the field when it
yeah.
comes to like doing stunts and doing shit like that. I'm sure niggas have been hurt and shit like that. But for a key actor in this movie, because I think she was like a main character or something.
She
For her
was.
to just get,
She was
yeah,
really
it was something.
back the movie.
Yeah, I think she was like, it was some. She was some type of important character to them. It wasn't like she was just a
Okay.
nobody. It was something to this shit. Like even in an extra sense, it's like, well, why does the person, So that's why I'm like, who was this person for real? Because I don't even know who this person was. I think
Right.
this young lady. I have no idea who she was, but it's like I think she was like some type of character in like in the movie where she was important or something. So
Hmm.
it's like it doesn't really make sense, from the whole jump. Like these niggas try to elude, but it makes perfect sense actually, because like all these corporations, all they want to do is evade their way out of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to, nigga, just gonna have to like really check it out on that level. Like how many actors or stunt doubles, anybody's been hurt in movies, like even just shot or died or anything like that. Because I know that stuff has happened, but on the level where it's like this person just got shot, it's crazy. Like it's super crazy. It's like don't even make sense. So, but it is what it is, man.
I mean, again, at the end of the day, his case got dismissed. He's happy. He's relieved, and
Hell
I,
yeah,
what matters, But still,
exactly.
family for that woman, they still
Hmm.
wonder what happened. It was carelessness, and that's all it was, unfortunately. And they should go ahead and sue. They should proceed to, because somebody has to be blamed.
Yeah, they gonna sue. It's not even a question. The nigga, that's what I'm saying. They got to settle. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Um, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What you wanted to talk about something else in the news that you saw?
I thought you was telling me about this fucking nigga who was married to a stripper in Vegas,
Okay.
got sued and shit.
So there was this been going on the last few days. I've been seeing it all over because recently there's been this man from, actually I thought it was Texas but not, Arkansas. An
Oh,
Arkansas man sues a Las Vegas dancer for 38 million for basically faking a relationship with him.
oh my goodness! I
He
don't think
thought
he gonna
they
get
were in an
paid.
exclusive relationship for over 10 years. at least 10 years.
So
Okay.
let me ask you. You think he gonna get paid?
Eh, he has a case.
He
He
kind of
might
he
be
got a
able to,
case.
because you know what? I mean, for 10 years, he met this stripper online in the beginning, and they started talking, and of course, she started asking for monies, but he started offering her. He started giving her money, started, uh,
Tricking,
you
tricking
know,
off.
just helping her get clothes,
Yeah, he
get
tricking off. Yeah,
everything, and
paying the bills. Yeah, paying the bills, buying a
I
car.
could
Yeah, I'm
say,
sure.
um,
Trick mode. He is super trick. 38 M's is crazy. My thing is, so why you think you finna get this out the bitch? Why you think that's finna like? What you think? I mean, like, I
I
don't know what
think he
he.
has a case. I mean, if he can
He
prove
can
it, like,
have he can have a case. Is he gonna get paid? I don't think
well,
so.
she is a stripper, so
She is a stripper, but she ain't got 38 M's
she
to
might
give this nigga.
retire right now. No one knows, but in payment, I'm just saying.
He gonna garnish her stripper wages. Man, please. Like, come on, dog. Like, what you gonna have niggas? I don't know.
Well, let
That
me tell you
I
a little
don't
bit
know.
about it, though, because again, they met online, and the thing is, he's suing his name. Well, I don't want to say his name, but the plaintiff is seeking 3.5 million in um
Damages, I
common
guess.
damages, but 35 million in punitive damages from
Mm,
the stripper. Okay, and basically what it was for the past 10 years, it said he was in the middle of a divorce back in 2014.
mm,
Visited a gentleman's club, a strip club here in Vegas, and was approached by this woman at the club, a dancer. The dancer gave him a private dance. According to the lawsuit, he says that during the private dance, the females learned that the guy was far wealthier than normal clients, the customers that come in there,
mm,
wealthy enough to change her life. So
mm.
she actually did exchange phone numbers with him. She's the one that pursued the relationship with this guy for and intended of defrauding him. So he got hooked. They started having an exclusive romantic relationship where she offered emotional support while he was going through this divorce. And she would always pursue him, always texting him, saying that she missed him, thinking about him, and waiting for him to come down to Vegas. And
Mm.
so this was over 10 years. And within 10
Right.
years, she has made over 100 requests for money from him.
Got you.
So he was giving her money to spend, money. He was paying the bills for her. He
Oh
was
no.
giving her money to send her on trips by herself,
Mm-hmm.
supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
So then, what happened was like, okay, so he even bought a house for her, a $720,000 home in Vegas.
Well, that
That
yeah
he was
makes
hoping
sense.
at some time that he was gonna come there and live with her. Okay.
So, mhm. So what went wrong after all this 10 years and all this shit of him tricking off? What went wrong exactly?
So what was happening when he bought the house, he only had it in his name. And what she was trying to do she was trying to convince him to put it under her name. She
Right.
was trying to go ahead and get this money. She was trying to get her life situated. Again, have a
Mm-hmm.
house, have a car, going to these trips, stuff like that. And he was
Right.
paying for all of it. Like she said, she found out that he was wealthy enough to go ahead and change her life. And so that's what he was doing. He was trying to help her to get out, to be in a better relationship, in a better situation, especially when they were in an exclusive relationship. But there was stuff where she was trying to go ahead and get the house under her name,
Mm.
or even if they both had it under the name, as long as she was under that, then she was about to go ahead and try to sell it and get the money of that. And then
Oh,
leave. Yes. So there was a lot going on, and that's,
damn.
I mean, that's just a little bit, but I also heard that where he did try to come back down, he was trying to see her outside the club, and at that time that she was living in the house that he bought, she
Mm-hmm.
moved in a guy, which was
Of
her
course.
husband. Her
Crazy.
husband. So every time she went on trips, she didn't go by herself. It was her and her husband. So
That's correct. That's why he got a case.
yeah, so the guy is upset, and he has a really good lawyer to go ahead and have a case like this
Right. He do.
because
He
he's,
do.
yes, and he's
What?
trying to sue her for 38 million, 38.5.
Dang. So she did finesse him because she had a husband the whole time,
Yeah,
and
but
that
not,
makes sense.
and
Mm.
I guess, I guess what he was trying to do is, have the stripper that he kind of liked, or he didn't. I mean, he liked her, but she's the one that, according to the claims, that she was pursuing him, trying to kind of
Of course, because she
make,
realized,
yes.
man, look, she was on it. She might not have been checking into some real representation, but she clearly has a nigga that was like, hey, get the bag. And she was like,
Well,
all right, I'm gonna
and
get the
that's what
bag.
it
And that's
is.
just how it happened.
I can
Yeah.
say, I mean, the women here that are strippers, that are working in the strip club, I mean,
Right.
a lot of times they don't even know what they have to do. They're not, okay, they look at them as just strippers, but you're actually out there selling. You're a salesperson. You're trying to sell to make money to go ahead and, okay, you're trying to sell them a lap dance. You're trying to sell your time, to spend time with them, to spend money on you. That's what you're trying to do. And a lot
Right.
of guys go there and they think they fall in love with a stripper. I mean,
Mm.
no, he just thinks that when a woman there is paying attention to him, yeah, he feels like, he can try to maybe pursue something else, because there was the whole thing about, I don't know if you remember Anna Nicole Smith.
I do.
Yeah, and she's the one that had the wealthy guy. She kind of pursued him and got married and all that stuff. And then this is the same situation. You're doing the same,
Uh,
because she was trying to pursue this relationship, trying to get all this money from him. And he thought it was more than just the money. But when he realized, okay, she just go ahead and using me for the money, he decided to go ahead and, hey, you're going to go ahead and pay me back.
yeah. So now this makes it a little more, especially you talk about a nigga buying a house 6 figures. It's crazy, you know. So
Yes.
now it make a little more sense. Because off rip, I'm thinking to myself like he's suing this bitch for 3 M's, 4 M's. I thought he said 38 M's, but even that is, I mean, regardless, it's like I'm like, bro, you said a stripper, like, bro, she don't got no M's for
And
you,
that's
boy.
the
Like, I'm
thing
like, what?
is, though.
But now I understand how that could be a possibility because you talk about a nigga buying a house that's
One
$700,000.
thing, though, is
So
like Vegas is a totally different city than from anywhere else. You're from Arkansas. You really,
right, Right. Make perfect sense.
Right. You really
That's why
think,
he didn't know. He got finessed. He
right?
had no idea. He
No,
had no idea.
didn't know, and that's fine. He didn't know.
No idea.
When
Yeah,
you
what he was
live
really dealing with.
here in Vegas, you know more about the hustle. That's what it is. It's the hustle. You're
Tuh.
you're here to live. You're trying to make it. And you gotta do what you gotta do. And there's so
She
many
lucky, man.
tourists come down here, not trying to say in a negative way, but you know, you're an easy target.
And on top of that, it's like, bro, like, you feel me? Like, you lucky she didn't, like, you know what I'm saying, backdoor your ass. You feel me?
All right. Because
So,
it happened in a lot of situations in different ways.
exactly. So,
I've seen so many things about, like there was this one recently here in Vegas too. There's two
yeah, because Vegas going crazy.
there's two girls, okay, and they weren't strippers or anything like that, but there's two girls met this guy, and they kind of lured him back to their room, or no, his room, thinking that he's about to go ahead and have a threesome.
Yep.
And
Robbed his ass.
huh?
They robbed his ass.
Yes, they
Goddamn.
robbed his house and they killed him.
Oh, and you know what? I think I heard about that.
Yes.
And they caught the bitches, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that was crazy. That was in Vegas, right? You
Yeah.
said right. That was in Vegas. I remember that because that was like ongoing for like a couple years or something, right? Like
Yeah.
a year
No,
or
it
two.
was just recently.
Yeah, yeah, and that's yeah. So I was
But
like,
there's a few like that has happened. Like, you
that's
hear
why I'm like, bro, you lucky she didn't do you like that, bro. You know.
that's
So I
like they took all his stuff, but there's been so many things in the news about, yes,
makes sense.
a
No,
lot
it
of
makes
Vegas
perfect sense.
strippers or just the women. Yeah, they're hustling. They're trying to go ahead and rob tourists, and I get it. They're
Yeah.
trying to come down here and have fun. They're trying to hook up with someone. Like how they would say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But
Right.
there's a lot of shit that happens here. This is Sin City, and people
Mm.
need to be more aware, because it's like you just can't trust. I mean, if you want to go ahead and hook up with someone, I mean, it's still hard now because everybody missed through social media, online, and it's like, are you really knowing who they are? I mean, you could have a conversation with a person, but are they being real with you? Do you know?
Mhm.
Because it's
Mhm.
just a message is being typed out. So you and me can be messaging each other, but how do I know what you're telling me? You could be like trying to lay it down on me, but it's like, I don't really know you. You could say, "Oh yeah,
Mm.
you don't do shit, whatever like that," and then I find out you might have a record, or you might have killed someone, or you might kill me. You never know. And there's been so many incidents like that where a lot of people meet online and you don't know who you're really meeting.
Exactly. And even with the online shit, it's totally different because you really got to go and meet the person to find out what was going on. His situation was like she kind of made it like she gave him a demo that he went for in
Right.
person, so it went different. It's like I feel like if he met her online, that he probably would have maybe had some type of scrutiny about certain things. Maybe it'd have been easier to catch something. But
Right.
like if you flying out there and she fucking with you on a certain regular basis, you might not even think too much about it and be like, all right, cool. Eventually, I'm gonna just go
Because
and marry this bitch or
the,
something.
the thing is,
You
the
know?
strippers know, um, because like a lot of guys are gonna hit on them and everything like that.
Of
They're
course.
prepared to give the fake name, fake phone number, fake story, because again, this is a business.
Right.
You're not gonna tell your customers your personal life. You might get some close on some other ones. I mean, I learned a lot from my other co-host, and she would tell me about how
Right.
it goes there. It's like, you just have to set those boundaries. And so,
Mhm.
she might not have given him the real name in the beginning, or maybe she did enough because she knew that this guy was a guarantee to give her a better lifestyle. So that's why
There you
she
go.
pursued him, and he's upset because knowing knowing that he had money, you pursued me. So yeah, I should sue you for that money.
Exactly.
You were planning this.
That's kind of how he feels, and I can understand why. I mean that, and just like I said, because I'm me not understanding why it's 3 or 4 or 5 M's. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm off the rip like this don't even make sense. He sounds silly. Now understanding he bought the bitch a house, probably bought her a car. This. He got the receipts for all this stuff. It's like, oh, okay. So basically, for the last, 10 years, she actually was married, or 8 years, 7 years, or whatever. She was married, but she can
Right.
still pursue you in this relationship in a financial way, and
But
so
it was more
yeah.
like, okay, like it states, like she was there for emotional support while he was going through a divorce. It's like
Uh-huh.
got him at the point where he's going through this.
He's at a low point, so
Yeah.
that's another reason. He was easily manipulated. Yeah,
Yeah.
by some
And so
cheats.
what he
Yeah,
wanted
by some
was
yams.
attention.
Yeah,
Some
he
attention.
saw the yams. Yeah. He could, like, he in a booty club,
And
and
yeah,
it's over
exactly.
with,
And he went further than that because
man.
he thought it's like, oh wow, this stripper is the one that's pursuing me. Give me her number.
Yeah, I mean, and niggas is from
I would
Arkansas,
feel
so
special.
no, that's just an interesting situation, man. It's pretty interesting. I would give niggas the benefit of the doubt. They might not know how they coming. You know what I'm saying? They might not know how to do shit, when it pertains to something like that, or handle that type of a woman.
And that's the
So,
thing. What he said that when he actually was going through his divorce, he went to the strip club. You
mm,
didn't know what you were expecting, but again, she kind of pursued it.
mhm.
So when a woman pursues a man, why wouldn't the guy take the chance?
It's hard to say.
And it usually
Yeah.
is the man that has to pursue the woman.
Of course. I mean, my thing is exactly. So, it's easy for somebody to be like thinking like, wow, this girl likes me, or this, oh, okay,
Right.
wow. Like, he not from there. He not hip to the game. He not hip to the lingo. He not hip to what's happening. He's going for whatever. So that's why I can definitely understand why this actually happened. I would just want to level at first thinking like, bro, are you just trying to like make her go through this just to make her go through it? Or do you really think you can get 3 million out this bitch? Like, make it make sense. Like, cause it don't sound like you're going to get the 3 M's, bro. I'm sorry.
Right.
But now that I do know there's an asset that's worth 6 figures within that claim, you feel me? That totally makes total sense. Like, it's like, oh, so you
And it
saying
showed, yeah.
right? So it's totally different. I was like, oh, okay,
And it showed like she was trying to get it under
yeah.
her name. And
Cause she was gonna be like, yeah, nigga, fuck you. Got this crib, got this money you gave me.
yeah,
This is my house.
it's
It
me
is what
telling
it
you, it's
is.
like, oh
Yep.
yeah, go ahead and get me this car, but
Right.
put it under my name. Why? I mean, I get it. You're gonna go ahead and buy me a car, and then surprise me with a car, but you had to put it under your name. But why not put it under my name? Since I'm the one that's gonna be driving it.
That's probably the game she gave him.
If you love me, if we were in an exclusive relationship,
Then what's
what?
the problem then, right? Yeah. Yeah, right. That's the game she gave him too. He was like,
Right,
okay, baby. He was like, okay, baby. So
right.
that's why I'm like, it's just interesting. Unfortunately, I don't really mean to talk down on anybody going through something, but it's like, I don't know. When you don't
Well,
know,
we
you
need to
don't
see
know.
what happens in that because, like I said, it's something that just happened recently, and I've been seeing this all over social media lately, like the last 2 or 3 days, where yeah, he's suing for a big amount of money, and so I'm like, well, let's see what happens.
Mhm.
That
Right.
is wrong, for that long.
I feel like um, niggas is like, going through certain things and at low points in their life, you know, they can be easy targets, easily manipulated. He probably took out, saying, some bands in the club. She was like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and lock this in. She locked it in, did that to him. Unfortunately, she had a husband, which is even more crazy. It'd be one thing if she had like just a, you know what I'm saying? She had a P or something she was checking in with, or some other shit. She really was literally married, which is crazy. But then it's like it's Vegas. Come on. You know what I'm saying? You got husband, you got husband P's all the time, and all type of niggas living
And that's the
differently.
thing. I mean, and people learn once they come down here. They learn what happened, and then it is what it is. But some people think like that this, he deserves the money back, which is fine. You
I
know,
think yeah, that's tough. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. It's tough. Like the house shit, I feel like he definitely should get that house at minimum. But like all the other shit, I don't know. He gotta maybe have receipts for that stuff, and if he do, he probably gonna get the
sure
money
he
back then.
does.
He probably gonna get that money back then
I mean,
easily.
all those trips that he
So
bought for her.
yep, all that, and it's like whole time she had the nigga, so he probably was buying his flight with cash, and then you know, and of course he buying her flight, so she just going. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit crazy. Wow.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about other stuff, but I think we're gonna go ahead and save it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
About how we want to. Okay, so this Sunday we're gonna have Sunday brunch with the ladies.
Let's go.
We're gonna have that during the day, so you guys make sure you guys tune in. And then next week we're gonna have sex ed.
Let's go.
We haven't done sex ed in a while, and what we do, we educate people on a very serious topics, different topics that we're gonna have, and we talk about the history between the history and how it has become nowadays. And it's just something to educate people, just to go ahead and learn something new. Because
Yeah, that's
we
a big fact.
not go ahead and let everybody else know, right?
Right, and I think it's been it's what the game's been missing. You feel me? So tune into that. You feel me?
But that's what I'm here for. I'm Professor Jazz. I will go ahead and teach you now.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You know
But
what I'm
with
saying?
that being said, thank you for everybody that did stop through.
Facts.
Everybody have a good night, and I hope to see you guys in the next show.